All right, let's talk about abs, for real. Today, we are going to cut through all the noise, all the myths, and get right to the good stuff. We're talking about the 3 exercises backed by actual science that will help you finally reveal that six-pack. Let's dive in.
So, does this look a little too familiar? You're on the floor, you're doing crunch after crunch, you're chasing that burn, but when you look in the mirror, nothing's really changed. Look, it's one of the most common frustrations out there, but I've got good news. It's not you, it's your strategy. And we're going to fix that right now.
And that's exactly what this is all about. We're going to swap out those endless, inefficient workouts for a powerful approach that's actually backed by research. Seriously, by the end of this, you'll have a super clear roadmap to get the results you've been working so hard for.
Okay, but before we even touch an exercise, we have got to talk about the biggest myth in fitness. I'm telling you, understanding this one thing is the key that unlocks everything else.
So here it is, the big secret. You can't spot reduce fat. You just can't. Doing a million crunches will build the muscle underneath, sure, but it does almost nothing to burn the layer of fat that's covering them up. The real truth bomb? Everybody already has a six-pack. It's in there. The real goal isn't to build abs, it's to reveal them by lowering your overall body fat. And that, well, that takes a full body strategy.
So let's get into our first game changer, the ab roller. This little piece of equipment looks simple, but it is one of the most ridiculously effective tools you can have. It absolutely demolishes traditional crunches. It's not even a fair fight.
So why is this thing so incredible? Well, first off, it creates insane muscle activation, not just in your abs, but across your entire core and your upper body. Second, it kicks off something called the afterburn effect, which is just a cool way of saying your body keeps burning extra calories long after you're done working out. And on top of that, it strengthens those deep, stabilizing core muscles that are so important for good posture and preventing injury.
And check this out. This number says it all. Scientific studies, the ones that use EMG to actually measure how hard a muscle is working, show that the ab roller activates your abs twice as much as a normal crunch. You are literally getting double the bang for your buck with every single rep.
Okay, so how do you actually use it? Here's a super simple plan. If you're just starting out, begin on your knees. Aim for about 5 to 10 slow, really controlled reps for 2 sets. Do that 2 or 3 times a week. As you feel yourself getting stronger, you can roll out a little further and add more reps. And for you advanced folks out there, the standing rollout, that's the final boss.
Now let's talk safety, because this is huge. The #1 rule, and I mean #1, is to never let your lower back sag or arch. That is a fast track to getting hurt. Keep your core tight and your back just slightly rounded. A great tip for beginners is to roll towards a wall. It acts like a safety brake and stops you from going out too far before you're ready.
All right, moving on to powerhouse #2. It's often called the king of all exercises for a reason. And you might be thinking, wait, squats? What do squats have to do with my abs? And the answer is everything, because squats are an absolute furnace for burning fat.
Here's the science, plain and simple. Squats work the biggest muscles you have, your glutes, your quads, all of it. And the more muscle you work at once, the more calories you burn. It sends your metabolism, that's how many calories you burn just by existing, through the roof. And just like the ab roller, squats trigger that awesome afterburn effect and tell your body to release growth hormone, which is critical for burning fat. And if you need proof, here it is. One study, just 6 weeks long, had a group doing simple bodyweight squats. The result? They lost an average of 6.3% of their body fat. That is a massive change in a really short amount of time. It just goes to show you don't need to live in the gym to see amazing results. So, how do we work these in? If you're a beginner, just master the bodyweight squat. Nail that form. Aim for 10 to 15 good reps. Once that starts to feel easy, then you can start adding some weight, maybe with some dumbbells or a barbell, to keep challenging yourself and keep making progress.
For a perfect, safe squat, always think chest up, back straight. The whole movement should feel like you're sitting back into a chair that's just a little too far behind you. Watch out for your knees caving in. That's a super common mistake. Make sure they stay lined up with your toes. And hey, you don't need to go crazy deep at first. Getting your thighs parallel to the floor is a fantastic goal.
Okay, time for our third and final exercise. And if the squat is the king, then the deadlift, well, the deadlift is the entire kingdom. It is, without a doubt, one of the single most effective exercises on the planet for building full-body strength and torching calories. The deadlift is the ultimate full-body movement. I mean, it hits everything. Your back, your glutes, your hamstrings, your core, your arms, it all has to work together.
All that muscle working at once gives you a massive metabolic boost. And because it's so tough, it triggers this powerful hormonal response, releasing testosterone and growth hormone, two of the best tools your body has for burning fat.
And let's look at the long game. A 6-month study showed that people who deadlifted just twice a week dropped their body fat by an average of 5%, and they gained muscle at the same time. It just shows you how powerful this one lift is for completely changing your body.
Now, when you're starting out, your mantra needs to be form over everything. I really can't say this enough. Start with just the barbell, or even super light dumbbells. Your only goal is to master that hip hinge movement. Because this exercise is so demanding on your whole body, once or twice a week is really all you need, especially as you start to lift heavier.
Okay, listen up, because this is the most important part. The absolute non-negotiable #1 rule of deadlifting is you never round your lower back. Period. Keep it flat, keep it neutral. Think about dragging the bar right up your shins. It should stay that close to your body. Start light, brace your core like someone's about to punch you in the gut, and please give your body time to recover afterward.
So we've got our 3 game-changing exercises, the ab roller, the squat, and the deadlift. Now for the big question. How do we put this all together into a system that actually works?
The science on this is actually really clear. For the best fat-burning results, you want to do your strength training before your cardio, always. Doing these big lifts first uses up your body's stored energy and triggers that fat-releasing hormone cocktail we talked about. Then, when you do your cardio, your body is primed and ready to burn that freely available fat for fuel. It's the perfect 1-2 punch.
But look, even the best workout plan is only one piece of the puzzle. There are 3 pillars to success: training, nutrition, and recovery. You've got to hit these big exercises consistently. You have to eat in a slight calorie deficit to lose fat, and you need enough protein to keep your muscle. And just as important, you have to get enough sleep and rest to let your body repair itself. If you ignore any one of these, you're just not going to get the results you want.
And finally, you got to track your progress. It's the best way to stay motivated. But please, don't just live and die by the number on the scale. Take your measurements, snap some progress photos every month. You'll be amazed at the changes you see there. And, of course, track your performance. Getting stronger, lifting more weight, doing more reps, that's one of the best signs that you are absolutely on the right track.
So there you have it, the science-backed blueprint to stop wasting your time and finally start seeing those abs. It's not about doing a million crunches, is it? It's about smart, full-body training, good nutrition, and proper recovery. So, my question to you is, which of these 3 powerhouses are you most excited to get started with? Let me know down in the comments. And hey, if this was helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more fitness breakdowns based on real science. Thanks for hanging out.